According to legendary gold investor Pierre Lassonde, hopefully I got that right, he says that we could be on the cusp of a 1970s gold rush. What does this refer to? Well, folks, if you were alive in the 70s, the decade started with an ounce of gold costing $35. Yes, that little piece of yellow metal was $35 in 1970. At the peak of the 1970s, it was $850. If you don't know what that translates to a 2,300% increase. According to a podcast on Wealthion, Pierre believes that we are in 1976, which is the first year of a big bull run for gold. So according to Pierre, we have at least 3 years to see the yellow metal continue to explode higher. Very, very interesting. Goldman Sachs is now saying that the demand for gold is not just hype. We even have Jamie Dimon, who, if you don't know, has been very, frankly, negative on gold, saying that today it makes sense to own some gold in your portfolio. And the last thing I found out about gold is if you go back 20 years, gold has produced now an 11% annualized return. Now, of course, a lot of that return comes in spurts. Not a lot of people likely holding gold for 20 years. But yes, an 11% annualized return for gold, which is a very impressive run. I do want to remind all of you that are a part of our school community that we will have the one and only Simon, the uneducated economist, in about 26 minutes. 26 minutes, we will be going live inside school, where you and I will be asking Simon a bunch of questions. We've had a lot of people join school. Thank you very much in the last 48 hours. Trisha, Demetrius, Will, Seth, Eric, Danny, and Mark. Thank you all for joining. Please introduce yourself. Get all those free goodies and education. Join the accountability groups. I now look at our school community as a wealth building club. Again, a lot of us go to the gym. A lot of us have our gym friends. Well, folks, I'm providing you the ability to have a school where you're building wealth with friends. A lot of us have talked about we have difficulty creating friendships as adults. Well, I'm giving you the community. This wealth club costs 67 pennies a day. Gives you all of this access to amazing folks, almost 500 people, 9 accountability groups, thousands of dollars in education, and an active forum where you can ask and answer questions. Again, folks, we are all building wealth in this wealth club. I hope to see you there. Join. Again, if you want to get a free month, reach out to Mark, the financial firefighter. I think he still has a couple that he will do. So again, I want to thank Trisha, Demetrius, Will, Seth, Eric, Danny, and Mark. Pretty amazing. Let's talk about the week ahead. Again, we will be getting inflation this week, and it looks like the experts think it will be hot. But that comes on Friday. So let's start with Monday. We get the U.S. leading economic indicators, what is going on with the economy below the surface. On Tuesday, we will get a couple of Fed speakers, Christopher Waller and Michael Barr. Then on Thursday, we will get existing home sales. This is an important one because if you remember, I think it was 3 months ago with Lance Lambert, I declared that August would be the bottom. August existing home sales was 4 million. We're going to find out if I'm right or I'm wrong on Thursday. Last month with 4 million, the experts think it might be 4.08. I'm actually going to go above 4.1. I really do believe that August was the bottom, that September snapped back, was more active than people thought. So we will find out Thursday if I get to declare victory or I need to eat some crow and say you were wrong again. So we will find out. On Thursday, we also get 2 additional Fed speeches. And then the big number of the week, CPI. CPI last month headline was 2.9. It is expected to have accelerated to 3.1. Core is expected to stay flat again at 3.1. So again, very, very interesting. Again, we're going to be looking at this data. We also it was unclear if this data is going to be released or it's one of those caught up in the government shutdown. We will also supposed to get new home sales on Friday. Last month, remember, it was a blowout number, 800,000, as builders look to move inventory pace over profit. It is expected to fall to 710,000, so quite a big drop from that amazing previous month. So again, lots of stuff going on there. We're learning more and more about community banks. Remember, Zion Bancorp lost $1 billion in value on Friday because they disclosed a $60 million loan loss. Again, we have a very levered banking system with collateral seemingly cross-collateralized everywhere. And when there is fraud, there can be a loser. And again, we will likely see more of these. Both Warren Buffett and Jamie Dimon have both said there's never just one cockroach. So again, let's see where this goes. Scott Bessent talking about the government shutdown, thinks that the government shutdown is going to start costing our economy $15 billion a day. Folks, we are at day 19. Lots of people expected the Democrats to get to No King's Day, which was yesterday. I think it was some folks were calling for final passing of a clean CR on Monday or Tuesday. As you know, my opinion, I believe they're going to drag this thing out and it will go past 35 days. So we will find out this week if this was all just a game to get to No King's Day, or if we're going to keep dragging our feet and keeping the government shut down until next month. 35 days puts us to November 5th. Oh, actually November 4th, November 4th. So again, it'd be very interesting to see where we go. Ken Griffin, legendary stock market investor, says we are seeing substantial asset inflation as people are looking for ways to de-dollarize their portfolio. Hello, gold, silver, Bitcoin, real estate. You guys get the difference. Then I went out and collected some data about California real estate, specifically California and Southern California. It was an ugly August. Again, remember, folks, my opinion is August is the bottom, but this is how bad it was in August. Southern California reported a record-breaking low of 14,476 homes sold. That is down 5% year on year. More importantly, down 33% from average August. In California total, we did 28,114 sales. That too down 5% year on year and down 31% below a normal August. We are starting to have private companies estimate weekly jobless claims. And according to JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, the estimate for last week was down from 235,000 the previous week to 217,000. It's going to be very interesting to see how these private numbers will ultimately tie out to the government numbers. Bank of America is out warning about small business employment. According to Bank of America, small business labor market is slowing drastically. Small business payment data fell 7%. Small business service firms hiring fell 12.9%. Something we have consistently seen in this economy is the big boys are doing great and the tiny ones are sucking wind. That time continues. I do want to shout out to Memphis and West Tennessee. We are now having a first-time homebuyer program called Rise Up. Rise Up. This is a $25,000 grant, $25,000 in free money free money in Memphis and West Tennessee for first-time home buyers. Again, if you are in Memphis and West Tennessee, go ahead and look up the details. But there is $2 million bucks in free money for first-time home buyers. And the last thing to talk about today before we shut down and get ready for the amazing uneducated economist, Fed Speaker Musselman. The job market today is around full employment. I really think you're going to regret saying that, but hey, we shall see. Lastly, also says that they expect the journey back to inflation, or back to the inflation target of 2%, to take until second half of 2026. Folks, that will mean that inflation is above target for 6 years. 6 long years. Folks, don't forget, if you are a landlord, it is your responsibility to save money where you can. One of those ways might be insurance. Steadily Insurance is the sponsor of the Daily Financial News. It is somebody that Olivia and I use every time we get an insurance renewal. Sometimes they help, sometimes they don't, but you don't know until you try. Click the link in the description. See if Steadily can help you. We will be back tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Pacific for your live daily financial news. Thanks and take care. Peace.